Okay, now let me introduce the Pythagorean theorem. And who was Pythagoras? He was a Greek mathematician. I think I spelled his name correctly. Yes, I did. Okay, and what is the Pythagorean theorem? Well, for every single right triangle, a right triangle is a triangle with one angle measuring 90 degrees. So for every single right triangle, Pythagoras tells us that a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Now, something very, very important. The angle C is always opposite to the 90-degree angle. So in other words, side C is always the hypotenuse. Well, actually, let me write it beside the C, otherwise it can confuse people. Hypotenuse. Fantastic. So, let's just dive right into an example. So let's say I have this one right triangle. This measures 3, this measures 4, and this we don't know. That's x. Okay, so let's use the Pythagorean theorem to figure out the value of x. So I'm just going to pick a is 3. Okay, so that's going to be a. That's going to be b. And to be honest, it doesn't matter. If I switch them and I had the a over here and the b right there, it wouldn't matter. The only one that really matters is the c. It always needs to be by itself in one side of the equation, and it always needs to be opposite to the 90-degree angle. So a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. C in this case is x, so we can write x squared. Now we can just solve for x. So 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16. It's equal to x squared. 9 plus 16 is 25. Then, right now we can actually take the square root of both sides of the equation. And the square root of 25 is just 5. Why is that? Because 5 times 5 is 25, right? So the square root of 25 is just 5. Fantastic. Now, let's try another example. Let's say that I know that this side measures 13, and it is the hypotenuse because it's opposite to 90 degrees, right? It's this side opposite to 90 degrees. I know that this side measures 12, and this one we don't know. I'm going to call it y. So let's use Pythagoras. I'm going to use this as a, that is b, and that is our c, because it's opposite to 90. So a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Okay, actually let me just box this off. So y squared plus 12 squared. What is 12 squared? 12 times 12 is 144. 13 squared is 169. Now, I want to solve for y, right? So I can subtract 144 from both sides of the equation. What do I get? I get 25. 169 minus 144 is 25. Great. So what is y? The square root of 25 is just 5. So that's it. So y also works out to be 5. Big coincidence, by the way. So, great. Now, I suggest that you try many problems with the Pythagorean theorem so you can make sure you're very comfortable with it, because it's a very, very important theorem in geometry. So, good luck.